What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another Pokemon Legends Arceus video. Yeah, I know it doesn't look like that. No, this is not a panel from Star Trek. This is actually a riddle that we got from the Chinese Riddler related to Pokemon Legends Arceus. So, of course, he got a little ways into the game and he saw some Hisui Forms, and this was his way of kind of leaking those out to us. So, of course, if you want, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button, do all that cool stuff that YouTube needs you to do in order for you to continue getting videos from me. And of course, follow my second channel, the Loot Box Hero, where I'm talking about that new PSN deal that could be going down. Alright, so what's going on here? So yeah, again, this is not the control panel from Star Trek. This is a leak from the Chinese leaker that he leaked a while ago on Twitter. Now, he did say he got a little ways into the game, because he did say he played the game and he gave his impressions and whatnot. And he said he got to see several Hisui Forms. Now, he didn't get to see all of them, but he got to see several of them. And this is his way of kind of leaking. So he leaked these two images. This one is a bunch of corresponding like shapes, with numbers on them, and essentially these numbers all basically connect to one Pokemon. And these gray spots are all the ones that have Hisui Forms. So what I did is essentially just matched them up. So all these shaded ones you see are the ones that are going to get Hisui Forms. Then I looked up the numbers to find a nice old list. Alright, so now again, of course, take this with a grain of salt, because these are rumors / leaks, so none of this is actually confirmed. The only reason I have a great deal of faith in this is, of course, it's the Chinese Riddler, and he is rarely wrong. So of course, the first 5 blocks I kind of matched up over here. 723, 724, 156, 157, and 503 are Dartrix, Decidueye, Quilava, Typhlosion, and Samurai. So we all kind of expected the starters to get Hisui Forms anyway. That was expected. These are all Pokemon from different regions. They don't come from Hisui. They don't come from Sinnoh. So, it would be, I guess it would be expected that they would evolve differently in Sinnoh. Now, the interesting thing is, Samurai is the only one in his line that seemed to get Hisui Form. So the rest of his line is just going to be regular, I guess. Which is interesting, because usually they would, why would they give 2 to the other ones, but only give 1 to Samurai? But, okay. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting, because if you look, the rest of them, you see 388. So you see 387, 388, 389, 390, 391, 392, and 393, 394, and 395. These are the original Sinnoh starters. So this is where the original Sinnoh deck starts, at 387. So that would mean that Grottle and Monferno get Hisui Forms. Now, this is something that was interesting, because I didn't expect any Sinnoh Pokemon, any Generation 4 Pokemon to get Hisui Forms, because, the whole point of regional evolution is that that Pokemon from a different region evolve differently because they're not from this region. So that's why, so far in the game, Scyther has a different one, Stantler has a different one, Basculin has a different evolution. All of those Pokemon are from different regions, from different generations of Pokemon. They're not from Hisui. So, of course, they would evolve differently because of the environment of Hisui. But, these Pokemon are, Sinnoh originals. So why are they suddenly evolving differently? Or why did they evolve differently back then than they do in the present day? That's going to be something interesting that Pokemon are going to have to explain. Or either I could have just decoded the message wrong. That's very possible too. But yeah, so Monferno and Grotto would get one, which would mean automatically that Torterra and Infernape would also get one. And then it says, of course, that Empoleon also gets one. Then, of course, it goes to 398, which is Staraptor. Which, I like Staraptor the way he is. I mean, I did say that, you know, I did put him on the list of Pokemon that, you know, could get Hisuian forms, like when I made up my own Hisuian forms. But I kind of like Staraptor the way he is. But if he's getting a new form, I guess that's pretty cool. 399 is Bidoof. This one presents a problem. Now, Bidoof, like, unlike all the other Pokemon we've seen here, we have not seen them in the game. Alright, so Bidoof we have seen in game. And it's regular Bidoof. It's nothing special, nothing different. He's not Hisuian. So now again, this could be me decoding the message wrong, or this could be an error on his part, you know. But yeah, so Bidoof and Bibarel. Now Bibarel we haven't seen in the game. We haven't seen Bibarel in game at all. So if any of these two are getting a Hisuian form, it's probably going to be Bibarel. Same thing goes for Kricketune and Kricketot and Kricketune, which are 401 and 402. We haven't seen either one of them in the game that I know of. I haven't remember seeing them. So one of those two could be getting one, or both of them could be getting one. Since that line is kind of boring, like, so I can understand them just redoing the whole deal. Then 405 is Luxray. So of course Luxray is one of the big Pokemon in Sinnoh. So I guess if they are going to be, you know, doing Sinnoh Pokemon like this, I guess they could give this one Hisuian form too. 408, 409 are Cranidos and whatever it evolves into. I can't remember what does it evolve into? Rampardos. So Cranidos and Rampardos. This one is the shell fossil one, and the one that it evolves into is Bastiodon. So it looks like Bastiodon's getting one, Cranidos is getting one, and Rampardos is getting one, but not the original. Which is weird, because why would they not give one to one and give one to the other? It's kind of weird. Usually because both of these are counterparts, usually they would just give one to both or to none. But I mean, I guess they kind of did the same thing with Mr. Mime, because Mr. Mime and Jinx are counterparts, but Mr. Mime's the only one that got a Galarian form, and Jinx didn't get anything. Let's see. And then 413 is Wormadam. So Wormadam, so that's an interesting one, because Wormadam is technically like 4 different forms. So does it mean that all of its forms are gonna get Hisuian forms? I seriously doubt they would just change one, or maybe they just have Burumi evolve into one Wormadam instead of having him evolve into possibly one of 4. But that would be kind of lit if all of them got Hisuian forms. They just redid all them suckers, you know. That would actually be kind of cool, to be honest. So that's it. That's all that they gave us. That's how far he got. Now it's interesting that most of these Pokemon are at the beginning of the game. Like, you can catch Burumi in the beginning of the game. You can catch the shell, the fossil Pokemon you can't. You got to go a little ways to get to the fossils. But Burumi you can catch early. You can catch Starly, which evolves into a Staraptor eventually. You can catch that pretty early. The same thing with Shinx. That one you can also catch pretty early. So it's interesting that a lot of these early Pokemon have Hisuian forms. So you don't have to really wait to see something new, which is kind of cool, if this is true. So that's about it. That's about it for this one. Of course, tomorrow I have I have an anime review coming. Finally got a chance to finish some anime. So that's coming up tomorrow, and hopefully we get some more news from the Chinese leaker. There was some discussion that was going on about like 4 like mythical beasts. I might check that out and see what I could discard, what I could pick from those bones. But that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, folks, keep it real.